Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 332. Or if you're a Mind Mastery member, this is 412. So first of all, I just want to say that I do apologize, but I'm not actually doing as many podcasts as I wish. I will admit it's crazy hard doing all the work that I do to be able to do the podcast at the moment. It's something that I want to change, plan to change, and intend to change, but it is crazy hard. Like the editing, the recording, the hosting, and putting it all out there is really it's like a full-time job. And since I have probably had 2 full-time jobs in the work that I do in terms of coaching, one-to-ones, mind mastery, all those things, it is really hard. And of course, the podcast is expensive to be keep on doing as much as I wish I could. But with that in mind, I do hope that you will at least appreciate the previous episodes, and always remember you can go ahead and listen to the previous ones. I learned a long time ago, but you gotta listen to something probably about 5 times if you enjoy that episode to really get it to sink in. So I do hope you're enjoying the hypnosis, the podcast episodes that I've done today, and I do hope that I can actually do more in the future. But what I want to talk to you today is about really resiliency, and I was talking about this within mind mastery, and it's really about your resiliency to get the happiness you deserve. You might not believe you deserve happiness. You might not believe that you're worthy or good enough or you're capable. You might have fears and doubts and worries about certain situations, about people, about yourself, about your future. But I want you to realize this, that when you begin to notice that your issues can be your greatest awakener, that they can cause you to become the person you were born to be. And if that doesn't make sense, let me tell you. You see, you know that I experience crazy fear, crazy doubt, blushing, worry, everything in my mind. The self-talk every single day, the dread in the pit of my stomach. And I experienced those fears, worries, and doubts for many years. For the first 18 years of my life. It was horrible, right? It affected my schooling, it affected my college. I dropped out of college, and it really had a big impact on me. But I will say this, I do not regret my issue. Because if it were not for my issue, I would not be here today. I would not be doing the podcast, which I've done in the past, or my audio programs, all the things that I've done today right now. If you kind of total up the hours, you've probably got of worth of content, whether it be free or paid, about 500 hours of content. Now, as you know, a good 200-300 of those are just freely out there in the world. YouTube, the podcast, the app. But that all came about because my issue pushed me into waking up. And I want you to realize that your issue could be your greatest awakener. It can cause you to experience so much success, so much love, so much profound power when you approach it in the right way. You see, on the surface, you might see my work, but even today, I still go through stuff. But I've realized I've become very resilient in who I am and what I want, where I'm heading, and what I'm doing in the world. You see, over the past year, I've probably lost thousands of dollars of hiring the wrong people, right? They're not delivering what they said they would deliver. Now I could allow that to actually take me back, or it can allow me to be resilient in what I'm doing. I have gone through many different ups and downs, from moving countries, through the business, as I said, loads of different things. Now, each one of those problems could have caused me to fall back, to stay stuck. But instead, I chose to allow whatever situation I was going through, every obstacle, every big challenge that I'm going through, to allow me to become more resilient in my ferocious passion to get my life to where I want to be, to help as many people as I can, to coach people online, and to really help people. You see, that resiliency allows me to keep moving forward. So when you are going through pain, when you are going through the stress, when you are going through your darkest moments, it is time to dig deep in who you are. You always have a choice. You either choose to stay the same, or you choose to allow that to propel you forward. You get stronger, you get bigger. You allow those events to define your power. Think about it that way. The issues that you're experiencing, no matter what they are, from the health, the relationships, the career, the finances, the specific issues, they can cause you to define who you are in this world. And you are the chooser. I was saying yesterday to Mind Mastery members that ultimately, we have that choice. We have the choice. And that's good news. It's all on you, and that's a great thing, because it means it's not on your partner. It means it's not on your children to change you. It's not on the government. It's not on society. It's not on your parents. It's not on your teachers. It's not on the sun. It's not on the global economy. It is not on anyone else but you, my friend. And speaking to you as a friend, that is the best news that you can know today. Because it means you have the power to take it back. You can learn from each and every single event that you go through. Every challenge can cause you to get stronger, to be bigger, to be more profound than the very, very previous day. Each and every day you can seek more knowledge, but in doing so, to apply it. You see, usually there's two types of people. There are those who want and need change, but do nothing about it. And if you go down the analogy of sometimes like when people talk about the law of attraction, and they go, "Oh, Joseph, I've been meditating and I've been wanting money, and I've really just kind of meditated, putting my frequency, my thought forms, the feelings of what I want, and I'm just experiencing that. And that's what I'm doing." And I ask them, so what else are you actually doing? Because you're experiencing feelings, you're, say, meditating, you're causing you to change your emotional state. But what actions have you taken today to make money? Have you solved someone's problem? Have you acquired something which saves someone time? Are you over-delivering at work to get that raise? And more often the answer is no. They just want it. They crave it. They desire it. But they don't do anything about it. And the second type of people, which I really hope you are one of the second group of people who have all of that. Yeah, do the law of attraction, do the meditation, do the positive psychology, do all the things that make you feel good. But do the work. Take massive and inspired action. If you're not doing 3 things every day to make your life better, the chances are you're not going to get yourself to where you deserve and desire to be. You have to do the work as much as you do the thinking. See, on the one axis, we have all the thoughts, the feelings, the ideas, the dream boards, the vision boards, the energy, and all that crazy cool stuff. But on the other axis, we have the doing, the actions, the things that we can do today. And if you're not stepping up to that role, if you're not paying attention to what output you're putting in, do so today. Because as I said, it is all on you, and that is good news, because it means you have the opportunity to do something about it. To take that inspired action, to be the person you deserve and desire to be. You see, even in your lowest times, when you feel like it's all against you and you feel that darkness approaching and it weighs you down, you always have a choice. Is it gonna be the place, the time, the decision to rise up despite what you're going through? To never give up, to make things happen and become the success story. See, imagine writing your biography. Every great biography has a challenge. Allow this to be your challenge, but write the next chapters by doing them, by overcoming them. Look at every single novel or book. There's usually components in each and every one of them. You have the main character. Everything is fine and they face a problem. Then it causes them to go on the inside to discover the truth, to find what they need, and then to do something about it. And along that journey, they then usually discover something even more powerful. It's almost like two journeys. The problem caused them to wake up to something what they really wanted, but on the way they discover how powerful they are and how much more they can do in the world to help those. You have to make it your mission to be the person you want to be. Don't let people dictate your desires. Do not let society dictate what is possible. You see, people, I'm going to be honest with you, people will try to bring you down. People try to bring me down. People try to bring you down. It's a way of life, but all it is their issue, right? It's just their own projection. It's just what they're thinking, what can and cannot be done. It's their limitation, and it does not have to be your limitation. Other people's opinions of you do not have to be any of your business. Their limitations do not have to be your business. You create what you want. You manifest, take action upon, do whatever it takes to make it happen. But always remember, it is on you. And that's good news, because it means you have the freedom to do something about it. Now, on the surface, once again, you might see me having an issue and let go of an issue. Or issues, I should say. The worries, the doubts, the fears, the anxieties, the blushings, the depression, all those things that I went through. But it was a journey. It didn't happen overnight. There were times when I had great epiphanies and it caused big changes, but it kept on going and I kept on working and I kept on doing the work. Let this be your wake-up call. That this is the most profound journey that you're going through right now. No matter how dark the place that you're in, no matter how limited you feel, when you look back, having made that change, you'll look back to this moment, this decision to do something about it, and you will look back with power. And if you want a sobering thought, listen up. You see, speaking to you as a friend, people right now would love your situation. They would do anything to be in your shoes right now. Some people are dying as we speak, having their last breaths, wishing they'll do it all over, wishing they'd be in the same kind of position you're in so they could do the work. Some people who are young, who are old, who are average age, who are going through stuff, going through illness, going through life on the streets, who were not given this opportunity of time. The time to make a decision. So what you can do is this. You can either stay the same and become the person who's going to regret and then wish that you were in someone else's shoes. Or instead, you can make the decision, make the change, do the work, do whatever it takes, knowing it's all on you, and that's good news. Know that I'm here to support you along the way, the best that I can. and then help those people too. You see, I realized when I was 18 years old, when I was starting to overcome my issue, I realized it wasn't about me. That my issues caused me and allowed me to help others. So I went on a mission to create this podcast. And it was good, it was great, I got great feedback. It was amazing, right? And it wasn't amazing because it's had 7 million downloads or so. It wasn't amazing because I was getting those daily, weekly, monthly downloads. Like monthly, it was at one point I was getting 200,000 downloads a month. It was when someone emailed me and said that they were on the edge of ending it, taking their own life. But then somehow they listened, or they found the app, the podcast in the middle of the night just before they're about to do it, and then they said they heard something which caused them to wake up. That is why I've been doing what I do. That is why I try to do as much, despite working the 14-hour days. I want to be able to help those people who need it. The amount of work we've got up there on the podcast right now, hours and hours. Like hours, right? The free hypnosis, the coaching. If you listen to each and every one as if you paid $1,000 for each and every one of those episodes, you would listen up, you would pay attention, and you would do exactly what I say religiously because you paid that amount of money for it. But of course they're free, so you might not do that. But listen to it as if you had spent $1,000, £1,000, €1,000. And you will dedicate your life. Because in each one of these episodes is truth, my truth. Whereas your truth, we don't know. I don't know. But there are applicable mindsets, convenient assumptions, applicable, adaptable, applicable processes which sink deep into your conscious and unconscious mind if you choose to allow it. Most people don't. Most people listen lazily, and that's no problem, right? That's good. But if you really want to change, you should be listening as if you spent $1,000 on each and every one of these episodes. Each episode. Because that means you would be dedicating yourself to each word, each thought, each feeling that it gives you to look for the answers, to look for the success that you desire. You see, when you decide to change, you do not only change your life, you become an example for every doubter, for every person who projected their limitations on you. You become the example of what can be done, and in turn, once you awaken yourself to the love that you are, my friend, when you awaken yourself to the pure peace that you are, to the person who not only transforms themselves, but will transform hundreds of lives over your lifetime. You see, when you change, when you're happy, when you're doing what you love and you are just fully happy, it is infectious to every single one that you meet. So, we have a duty right now to change ourselves because it will change everyone that we interact. If you want your child to get better, change first. If you want your relationship to get better, change first. If you want the world to get better, change first. You have to be the example of what you want to see in the world. As Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. But also be the change in who you are because it is right. Because you want to be the instigator. I promise you, my friend. Every time I get a message, an email like that, it makes my day. It makes me want to do more. Imagine having gone through your stuff, you've made that change. You're living, loving life and achieving the financial, the physical, the health, the relationship ideals that you want. But more importantly, you are deeply fulfilled and peaceful. When someone walks up to you, when someone writes you a message, writes you a note, and says, I don't know what it is, but you changed my life, it'll feel like you've just made it in life. So do the work. And I say that with all the love, with all the inspiration I can muster up, because I believe in you. I believe in you so much that I'm willing to do all this stuff. I'm willing to financially pay for this, to keep it up, to spend the time to manifest it into the life that it really is meant to be. But do the work, because I want you to succeed. We might see a lot of stuff in the world today, but if that's all true, I mean, it's only one side of the story in terms of all the bad news. There's always good news, which we do not see. And we know when we see the anxious things, the fearful things, it causes our brain to seek out more information, which usually falls straight into an advertisement on the same very channel. So there is another story. But I want you to realize when we see all that stuff, it is all on us to be the change. You can help anyone by helping yourself to then help others. Love your life like you've never loved it before. Love your issue because you're going to go and change it for your best ally, your greatest awakener. Be the person that you want to be. Take that ownership. Thrive off it. You see, as I was talking about resiliency, I got accustomed to running in extreme temperatures, the cold, the snow, the heat, the humidity, 100 degrees temperatures plus, 100% humidity. I love all that stuff because it makes me resilient to my environment. You see, every challenge I've had, the big financial challenges I've had, the big health stuff I've had, the big emotional stuff, all that stuff, all the things I've been through in my life, and some things I'm still resolving, but I know I'm going to overcome them, right? They molded me to get better. It allowed me to become so focused, so resilient in the one thing I want to change in myself, to let it go and become who I was meant to be. So choose, my friend. What's it going to be? I mean, are you getting this? I mean, do you buy this as a philosophy, as truth? If you don't, it's fine, but if you're really buying into what I'm saying, live and love it. Commit to it. Be it. Create it. Project it. Radiate it. Allow it. It's all within you. Once again, I hope you've been enjoying the podcast that I've created so far. I want you to know that I think of you so fondly and so profoundly, and I want you to see what I see in you. So make that change. Speak to you soon.